Bon retour donc sur ce plateau de Cameroun Delight après ce journal de langue française porté par la voix de Daniel Menanga qui nous disons d'ailleurs merci. Tous aussi, nous disons merci à toute l'équipe rédactionnelle centrale et même tout le réseau CRTV qui au quotidien évidemment se met à la tâche pour pouvoir vous concocter ces éditions de journaux et vous informer à la bonne source et puis avec des informations crédibles et de qualité traitées par des professionnels de l'information. Bien sûr, c'est Cameroun Delight qui se poursuit ce 29 septembre 2022. Et comme annoncé, et comme de tradition, et comme pour y répondre, nous allons prendre des informations dans la presse écrite à présent. C'est à travers TABLOԻDS. Et cette fois-là, la voix sera portée par SONA. SONA, good morning and welcome.
Bonjour, Daoud, and thanks for
You are
having
on
me.
white, like me.
It's a wonderful coincidence, I must admit.
Wonderful and appreciable.
I think so.
So how are you feeling this morning?
I'm great, I'm great. I'm up and kicking and ready for the day ahead.
Like every time. So what's about the news this morning?
A lot of economy news has been on front pages of local newspapers. We have the story on the Yaoundé-Douala Highway, which grabs 2 awards in the 2022 Global Best Projects. We'll be looking at that story with a private French weekly, Bugna. Yeah. We also have good news coming in from Nairobi in the 4th annual conference holding there with Claude Abanda, who has also been nominated, or he has been awarded the prestigious prize of Transformational Leadership Award.
Okay, all those informations, we will have them in TABLOIDS with SONA. You are watching Cameroun Delight on CRTV News.
Hello, viewers. Glad to have you on our roundup of main stories on Cameroon's newspapers this Thursday, September 29, 2022. The Yaoundé-Douala Highway gets international recognition on the private French weekly Bugna. Douala Motorway receives 2 awards in the 2022 Global Best Projects juried competition organized by the Engineering News Record magazine, a leading global industry publication considered by many to be the Bible of the industry. And according to PATYCHOU, the classification obtained by the first phase of the Yaoundé-Douala motorway reflects the success in the implementation of giant construction projects in the country. All there is to know about the 2 awards on page 5 of the newspaper. Meantime, the resident representative of the African Institute of Computer Sciences, AIE Cameroon's Claude Abanda, has received the 2022 Transformational Leadership Award at PATYCHOU. In its leading article, the paper says this high-flying computer scientist grabbed the prestigious prize during the 4th Annual Transformational Leadership Summit in Nairobi, Kenya, September 28. Just to let you know, the annual summit ends today in Nairobi. And L'Economie newspaper focuses on the state of Cameroon, which registered its first listing on the Central African Stock Exchange, BVMAC. The paper reports that the listing, which is the form of public borrowing, is quoted at the value of 6.2% for a maturity period of 7 years, and it was officially launched Wednesday, September 28 in Douala. Detailed information on page 3 of the French private daily L'Economie. We bring you more economic news with Quotidien Echo News, the paper leads with the government of Cameroon's continued efforts in offering financial assistance to SMEs. The paper reports that the Minister of Economy on Tuesday signed a partnership agreement worth $21 billion with the United Nations Development Program, PNDP, to assist startups stand tall in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic. An Emergence newspaper looks at the opaque nature of the gold mining sector in Cameroon. According to data in the private bilingual daily, billions of CFA francs worth of gold is being smuggled out of the country, and out of about 6 tons of gold produced, just 7% is declared. The dark side of the country's gold mine on page 3 of the newspaper. And let's turn the page to the ongoing socio-political unrest rocking the country's northwest and southwest regions. The Guardian Post warns against public gatherings as October 1 approaches. The paper reports that administrative authorities in the northwest and southwest regions have begun imposing bans on authorized public gatherings, ceremonies, and meetings of all sorts in what the paper terms, or in what appears to be a move to thwart any manifestations by separatist men as their self-proclaimed October 1 Independence Day approaches. And Echo Santé informs the scientific community on the September 30, 2022 deadline for the submission of files for the 5th edition of the Excellence Award on Health Leadership in Cameroon. The paper says the president of the organizing scientific committee of this year's edition, Professor Emmanuel Ian Musi, is calling on the regional delegates of the Ministry of Public Health to give it a shot on time. And Mutasong's front page marks the final journey of former Vice Prime Minister Amadou Ali. The paper presents highlights of defining actions of the late statesman's contribution for the return of peace in the far north region, the role he played in the Bakassi affair, and much more. That's it for the papers, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do this again tomorrow, Friday, for a look at the stories making headline news on Cameroon's newspapers. Until then, thanks for watching, and do have a profitable time in the company of programs on CRTV News.